Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on 2nd and 10 now. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. To throw is Winston. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Nice play on the football, and while it was tipped in the air and made everyone a little bit anxious before falling to the ground, you just know defensive players are taught to knock the ball to the ground. But early in games, emotions come into play. Nerves come into play. And despite the training, the ball was tipped up. Fortunately for them, they didn't pay for that error.
On 3rd down, Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is when we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
A first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Ryan. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Devontae Freeman, his shiftiness doesn't pay off here in short yardage. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Rivers in there to drop him for a loss on the play. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. He can run for it, and he will. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Working out of the gun, Winston. And some space here. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now a second down throw for Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
2nd down, Winston. Completes it left side to the tight end, Lewis. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Following the interception, Winston. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So 2nd and 10 here. So the D-line's going to spread out. A handoff. Devontae Freeman. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. 3rd and 2. Now Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Again, they'll run with Freeman, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They'll look to run with Langford. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. And before the 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Devontae Freeman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Now Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Running right, this is Freeman. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. Give him 30 yards there.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to them right away because they have the matchup advantage.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. It's a give to Freeman running right. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be 51 yards. And this one is right through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And now running right through it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Extra point attempt to come here. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dontari Poe busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
On 4th down, they do snap it to Winston. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And that stretches the lead to 27. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, Winston. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Derek Rivers in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
They're going to try for it on 4th. Winston stays out there. They're indeed going. It's Winston. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Play action, Ryan. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Robert Ayers in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. 2nd down now after the incompletion. Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 36 yards. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. To throw is Winston. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A first down throw for Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. A second down throw for Winston. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. First down, Winston. Quick hitch, complete. It's Jackson. No gain there on the completion. Second and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Ted McKinley in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between them.
And Freeman lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 15 yards down to the 15 and a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw. He's got a man, complete. And give him a gain of 37. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Von Miller in there to get him. And that's sack number 18 for him on the year. 3rd and long for Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And now a first down following that long gain. From the shotgun, it's Winston. His throw caught right around the 6. A good pickup there, a 22. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
go, let's go. On the hop, fellas, on the hop. Who wants it? Let's see some hustle out there today. Got a big game this week. Come on.
Here we go. Waiting. Here we go. Back. Waiting. Listen. Here we go. Waiting. Done. Here we go. 180. Done. Here we go. 120. Listen. Here we go. Done. Here we go. 120. Go. 180. Go. 180. Done. 180.
Time is running out. This is it. We go for gold.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You finally did it. You're starting to turn the corner, and that's what we like to see as a coaching staff. Show us some more.
Go. 120. Here we go. Back. 180.
This is it. We're going for gold.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You're finally getting it. You're starting to turn the corner, and that's what we like to see as a coaching staff. Show us some more.
Here we go, here we go. Blue 80! Here we go, here we go. Blue 80! Go, go. 180! Here we go, 120!
All right, it's time to pick it up. Let's go for gold.
You know what, man? That was good. And you know what really gets me excited? The fact that I know we can get better. You guys have so much room to improve still.
Go, go.
That is exciting. Let's go out here and next practice, let's improve.
Here we go, here we go. Blue 80! Done. Blue 80! Here we go, back man. 180! Here we go.
This is it. You only got one shot. Time to go for gold.
Hey, big fella, swing over here. Let's talk. We've been talking about you getting better every week. You know what?
You